네, 안녕하세요. 잘 보이시나요?
It started with one photo. No caption. No explanation. No context. Just a single, elegant image that flipped the entire internet upside down. And the man behind that post? None other than Lee Min-ho. Before we get into the shocking details, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because what you're about to hear just might be the biggest twist in K-drama romance this year. Now, let's rewind. Lee Min-ho isn't the type to stir the pot on social media. If you've followed him long enough, you know he's careful. Selective. He posts only when it matters, and when he does, the entire world pays attention. So when a mysterious photo went live on his official Instagram account at 3 a.m. Korea Standard Time, fans across the globe stopped breathing. It wasn't a selfie. It wasn't a behind-the-scenes drama shot. It wasn't even a brand post. It was something no one could make sense of, at first. A close-up of a delicate white lace sleeve resting against a dark tuxedo. Soft candlelight in the background. And between them? Two intertwined hands. One clearly wearing a diamond ring. No faces. No geotag. No caption. And yet, somehow, every fan immediately knew what this was. A wedding. But whose? The internet did what the internet does best. Speculate. Zoom. Analyze. Obsess. It didn't take long before the most popular theory took center stage. Kim Go-eun. The sleeve in the photo? Identical to a designer she wore for a magazine shoot just months ago. The tuxedo? Classic Min-ho, tailored exactly like the one from a previous Baeksang Awards ceremony. And the ring? Well, fans had already noticed it on Go-eun's finger in a recent backstage video, though at the time, no one could confirm what it meant. But now? Now it all made sense. Or, did it? Because Lee Min-ho never confirmed anything. Not in the hours after the post. Not the next day. Not even after it hit 5 million likes in under 6 hours. Fans were screaming. Literally. All over Twitter, TikTok, and every fan forum from Seoul to San Francisco. Wait. Did they get married? Is this real? That's Go-eun's sleeve. Tell me this is not just a scene from a drama. Lee Min-ho, what are you doing to us? Theories exploded online. Some thought it was a teaser for a secret project. Others were convinced it was a leaked photo from a real, private wedding. But the most dedicated fans, the ones who had followed their every step since the king, eternal monarch, believed something else entirely. This wasn't marketing. This wasn't fiction. This was real. Because the truth is, there had been signs for a long time. Quiet ones. Hidden in interviews, in subtle glances, in carefully worded responses. Lee Min-ho, who usually joked through questions about love, had grown softer when asked about marriage. Kim Go-eun, once tight-lipped about her personal life, had recently said in an interview that she believed in quiet love, not loud love. And most recently? They had both been spotted in Jeju Island, days apart, but staying at the same private resort. Coincidence? Fans didn't think so. But if there was still doubt, it didn't last long. Because just 2 days after the cryptic post went up, Kim Go-eun broke her silence. In the most Go-eun way possible. Not with words. Not with press. But with a video. Soft music. Filtered sunlight. A garden path covered in white petals. And then, her voice. Just a whisper. Sometimes love doesn't need to be announced. The camera slowly panned down. And there it was. Her hand, adorned with that same delicate diamond ring, resting gently on a handwritten note. The name on the note? Min-ho. Just his name. No last name. No title. Just Min-ho. That was all the world needed. Confirmation. Real. Undeniable. Beautiful. The internet went wild. Hashtag Min-go married. Hashtag Lee Min-ho wedding. Hashtag Go-eun said yes. All trending within minutes. Even celebrities began chiming in. One co-star from a past project left 3 heart emojis under Min-ho's post. A well-known director reposted Go-eun's clip with the words, "The best stories are the ones we never saw coming." By now, the truth was clear. They had done it. Married, quietly, privately, and on their own terms. No press releases. No sponsorships. No wedding magazine spreads. Just love. And slowly, details began to emerge. A family friend revealed the wedding had taken place in a private Hanok courtyard in Seoul. Only 40 guests were invited, immediate family, lifelong friends, and one elderly drama teacher who had introduced them back in acting school. It wasn't a show. It was a promise. Go-eun reportedly walked down the aisle to a live rendition of her favorite ballad, played by a single violinist. Min-ho cried before she even reached the altar. When it was time for vows, they didn't use pre-written scripts. They spoke from the heart. Min-ho said, "I spent years building a world on screen. But you became my real world." And Go-eun? She smiled through tears as she whispered, You were never just a co-star. You were always home. There was no official photographer. Just disposable cameras passed around the tables so each guest could capture moments as they saw them. Real, raw, intimate. And after the ceremony? There was no grand reception. Just a dinner under paper lanterns, with homemade food and handwritten place cards. No celebrity performances. Just Minho singing her favorite lullaby while she leaned against his shoulder, her eyes closed, her heart full. And after all that, they disappeared. No airport sightings. No hotel photos. They simply left the world behind for a while. Fans believe they're now honeymooning somewhere in New Zealand, or maybe in a small town in Italy, places both stars have previously expressed a desire to visit. And still, they remain silent. But their silence? It speaks louder than words ever could. Because love like theirs doesn't need noise. It doesn't need headlines. It doesn't even need to be explained. It just exists. Strong, steady, unapologetically real. And for those who followed their journey for years? This moment, this quiet, graceful, poetic moment, is everything they dreamed of. From co-stars to close friends? From speculation to secret glances? From maybe to definitely, and now? From I do to forever. Lee Min-ho's cryptic post wasn't just a photo. It was a message. To the fans. To the world. To her. A message that said, I found my person. And I'm holding on. So the next time you see a cryptic post, don't scroll past. Because sometimes, behind one photo, is the greatest love story never told. End of script. Word. Would you like the next episode to explore their honeymoon, first public appearance as a married couple, or a surprise pregnancy twist? Absolutely. Here's the 2,000-word continuation of your story. Wedding bells? Lee Min-ho's cryptic post has fans screaming. Part 2. Narrator voiceover style, TTS friendly, emotional and elegant pacing. The world was still reeling. From one cryptic photo, to Kim Go-eun's soft-spoken video, to whispers of a secret ceremony that no one could have predicted. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun had done what no one expected. They had found a way to love privately in a world that watches everything. But just as the internet started to settle down, it happened again. This time even more subtle. Even more intimate. An audio leak. And not just any audio. Someone, an insider, a family member, maybe even a friend, shared a brief recording. It wasn't staged. It wasn't dramatic. It was two people, simply being in love. It began with quiet laughter. Then, Minho's voice, low, soft, unguarded. He said, I didn't know love could feel like this. Not with cameras. Not with scripts. Just us. And then her voice, Go-eun, barely a whisper, replied. You made it real. I stopped pretending the day you held my hand like it meant something. In under 60 seconds, the entire internet melted. Not because of drama. Not because of scandal. But because fans finally heard what they always believed. That this wasn't a rumor. This was love. Real. Quiet. And breathtaking.